Good evening, you're welcome to the news on Flip. I'm Christian Chico. Let's take a look at the top headlines. Unilag Ssanu Nasu protest over strike suspension. It will take 30 years to eradicate Boko Haram. That's from the federal government. Nigeria hopeful as China plans debt cancellation to 23 African countries. And Davido hangs out with Wike marking the autumn in London. Nigerian falconet sleeping in a Turkish airport after elimination. Let's take a look at the news in detail. Members of the University of Lagos Branch Joint Action Committee of Non-Academic Staff Union and Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities on Wednesday protested the sudden suspension of its ongoing strike by their executives. The protesters, who carried placards, said they were not duly informed before the suspension. They added that a congress was supposed to have held before the suspension of the strike. The Nigerian army says it will take a minimum of 30 years to eradicate the Islamic terrorist group Boko Haram. According to Tribune, the acting director of Nigerian Army Information Management, Brigadier General Folorunsho Oyinlola, disclosed this in Benin at the 22nd edition of social media seminar on civil-military relations. Oyinlola said it will take a new generation of northeasterners with education and the right orientation for the militancy to be completely wiped out. The deputy military spokesman said the new generation will have to be educated and reorientated before Nigeria can truly declare victory against jihadism and terrorism. He recalled that former President Olusegun Obasanjo was proactive when he sought to nip the activities of the Nigerian Taliban in the bud during the twilight years, but lamented that things degenerated when Alhaji Muhammad Yusuf, the leader of the dreaded Boko Haram sect, was killed by policemen. Oyinlola said insurgency is not something that can be filtered away with a snap of a finger. The insurgents live with us. We can't bomb the whole of Edo State under the guise of fighting Boko Haram. We'll need a minimum of 30 years to be able to defeat the Boko Haram. We'll need a new generation of northeasterners who will have to be educated for us to declare that we have defeated Boko Haram. He said the civil war in Libya, which is yet to be resolved, has led to the destabilization of the West African sub-region, and lots of weapons have poured in from the North African country, exacerbating the security situation in Nigeria and elsewhere. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahya, who was represented by Major General Marcus Kangie, the head of Civil Military Affairs, solicited the support of media practitioners to wipe out the insurgents. Yahya appealed to social media influencers to stop using screaming, gory and scary headlines for the sake of national interest and humanity, adding that such headlines have a negative impact on the fight against insurgency by the Nigerian army. China, the largest government creditor to emerging economies, has said that it will forgive 23 interest-free loans to 17 African countries and redirect $10 billion of its international money fund reserved to nations on the continent. Foreign Minister Wang Yi announced the cancellations in a meeting last week on the Forum on China-African Cooperation. According to the post on the ministry's website, it didn't provide details on the value of the loans, which it said matured at the end of 2021, nor did it state which nations owed the money. Since 2000, Beijing has announced multiple rounds of debt forgiveness of interest-free loans to African countries, cancelling at least $3.4 billion of debt. Through 2019, according to a study published by Johns Hopkins University School of Advanced International Studies, the cancelled debt was limited to mature interest-free foreign aid loans, with Zambia receiving the most cancellations over that period. Nigeria has numerous share of China's lending in Africa, such as concessional loans and commercial loans, have never been considered or for cancellation, the report added, though some of it had been restructured. Beijing, which has come under criticism for its lending practices to poorer nations, accounts for almost 40% of the bilateral and private creditor debt that the world's poorest countries need to service this year, according to the World Bank. The photos of Nigeria's Super Falconer sleeping on chairs and floor at a Turkish airport in Istanbul, Turkey, has emerged online. The team was said to be traveling from Costa Rica on a 24-hour layover in Istanbul. Posting the photos on his social media pages, Super Eagles ex-media officer Colin Udo said Nigeria's falconets have been traveling from Costa Rica since 6:30 a.m. on Monday. They are now in Istanbul on a 24-hour layover and sleeping on the airport chairs and floor or wherever they can find. In a photo which is now trending online, Davido could be seen in company of Governors Seyi Makinde of Oyo State, Nyesom Wike of Rivers State, Samuel Ortom of Benue State, and Okeze Ikpeazu of Abia State. Although details of the meeting were not made public yet, it was learned that PDP governors are allegedly having a strategy meeting with the presidential candidate of the ruling All Progressives Congress in London. Recall that Davido played an influential role in the emergence of his uncle, Senator Ademola Adeleke, as the governor-elect of Osun State under PDP, following the keenly contested July governorship election in the state. Adeleke had edged past the reigning governor, Gboyega Oyetola, of the ruling All Progressives Congress to claim victory in the election. Senator Adeleke had polled 403,371 votes to defeat Oyetola, who secured 375,027 votes. Davido stood with Adeleke since the last governorship election in Osun, which was won by Oyetola. Davido performed and rallied tremendously for Adeleke throughout the campaign period until after the declaration of his uncle as the rightful winner of the Osun 2022 governorship election. Meanwhile, Wike has been widely speculated to leave the PDP following his fallout with Abubakar Atiku, who defeated Wike to clinch the PDP ticket in May. With that, we've come to the end of the news on Flip. I'm Christian Chiku. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.